Welcome to the Disneyland Forever podcast, your source for all things from the happiest place on earth. For more updates, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Disneyland Forever, and you can check out our website, disneylandforever.com. Hey everybody.
Hello.
It's Jordan.
And Daniel.
And we are traveling.
Yes. We're in Florida.
We are we're finishing up a Disney World trip right now.
And it's not terribly hot. It's a little hot.
It's hot. It's hotter than I want it to be for February.
Yeah, it's true for February. But compared to the horribleness of July and August, I'll take it.
Yes. I'd rather be in California. Well, almost any time of year. But if we're going to go to Florida, this is not a bad time of year to go.
Yes.
So we're just finishing up a trip. It's been a lot of fun. I've done a lot of really good things. And there's just a couple of things while we were here that gave us some really good ideas for this week's episode.
Yep. We're talking about everything character greetings.
Or everything characters.
Characters just in general. Like where they're at, what to do, how to find them.
How to figure out when and where they're going to be. Those sorts of things.
Yep.
Before I forget, I guess happy Valentine's Day to
those who celebrate.
To those who choose to celebrate it. And
the Singles Awareness Day for those who don't.
I have other friends that call it other things too. So, or if you just choose to, happy Friday. If you don't really want to think about it, happy Friday. But at any rate, yeah, so we're going to be talking about characters. Sorry, that was just on my mind. We're both kind of sleep deprived. We're fine. Everything's fine. You would think that we're doing this then late at night. We're not.
Nope, middle of the day.
We're still very sleep deprived.
Maybe jet lag. I don't know.
Maybe. We do have a new review.
We do. From A.T. Winning?
I don't know. At Winning. I don't know.
I'm sorry if I butchered it. They said the best. I first started listening to the Disneyland Forever podcast a few years ago when we were planning our first Disneyland trip. Now we go several times a year as avid Disney adults, and I still listen to Jordan and Daniel every week. Great podcast for new planners or Disney adults like me. I enjoy their sarcastic humor, and I like Daniel. And I like Daniel. Thank you. I can read. And I like myself too.
That's not what it says.
So it says, and like Daniel, I also have a slight hatred of coconut and mint. I like you a lot. I love living vicariously through their Disney trip reports, their Club 33 membership, and DVC membership. I look forward to running into you at the parks one day, but for now, I look forward to every Thursday when your episodes drop. Highly recommend this podcast. Well, thank you.
Thank you. I know when you said I like Daniel. It's like, I'm going to have words for this person. Oh, that's not what it says.
And Jordan is just meh. I feel the same way.
Thank you so much. I actually, as you were reading that, I was like, I kind of want to take selfishly credit for corrupting them into a Disney adult.
Yes.
It goes multiple times a year.
We are fine with Disney adults.
I mean, I think we like to take credit for a lot of our friends or other people that we know for becoming more and more Disney adults. And I'm like, this is what we do.
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm not sorry at all. It's just more like, oh, well, then you can blame me if you want. Go ahead. Thank you so much.
Some people think Disneyland should only be for kids.
It's not just for kids. Kids definitely are a lot.
Yes,
of the
very important.
But they are not all of it. But yes, thank you so much for sending that in. We really appreciate it. We love reading these reviews. I think you actually showed that to me when it came through a few weeks ago. We kind of needed it, so thank you. And if you haven't done so, then you go ahead and leave us a 5-star rating on Apple or Spotify or Audible, and it helps us a lot. We love those. And then you can also, if you're feeling like you got a little extra time, you can leave us a 5-star review on Apple at least. I know that there might be others.
Yeah, for sure we know Apple, and for sure if you're in the United States, then we can see it. Yeah. Otherwise, send it to us through social media. You'll be world famous if you get read out.
Yep. It will be by the technical definition of that term.
Yep.
You will be world famous.
Yep.
Okay, let's get into some news. Let's stick with the big one for the end, just because we can. So I don't know if you remember this, but it was a few years ago. It was going on like 2.5 years ago now. Disney had a little bit of a fire break out at the New Orleans Square train station. Not the main building, but the building behind it. And ever since then, it's been behind a wall, as though they were supposed to be fixing it, but they haven't really been fixing it.
It's been a long time.
And from what anyone can tell, it looks like that building may have been demolished. Now, this can mean all sorts of things. It could mean that only the roof is gone. It could mean...
But they're going to rebuild it.
It could mean that they're just getting rid of it. We don't know at this point. It's just that it's been sitting there with like no progress for ages, and now there's actually some sort of progress, but basically we can't really tell what it is.
It's a little sad because it was such an old building, but
it was the original Frontierland train station from back in the day. So I don't know. Don't know what's going on. Of course, the clickbait article said like it's gone, and then you read it and it says, well, we don't know if it's gone because it's just from what we can see. So that's going on. Also, there's a class action lawsuit was filed in Orange County, California against Disney for their disability access service changes. I'm not going to go into a lot of details about this. We've never gone into a lot of details about what is known as DAS, Disability Access Services. But that's because it's kind of confusing. No one's been understanding it. Basically everyone's just been getting angry about it. And
everyone gets denied.
I think it's for a good reason they're getting angry about it.
Well, we used to talk about it because it was helpful for Jordan's dad.
Well, I mean, we haven't talked about the changes.
No. Essentially, like it's evidently meant for people on the autism spectrum, and they still don't approve much of anyone. So, yeah, we'll see what this lawsuit says. If they say you must approve people, the problem is people were taking advantage of things in general. But yeah, they've kind of gone to the far other side and been way too restrictive. So
yeah, it's difficult to say. It looks like the lawsuit might be talking mostly like it's violating HIPAA and California's version of HIPAA. Everything, but like, well, whatever. I think it does need to change, but I just am very confused by it in general. So that's why we haven't talked a lot about the changes. So that's unfortunate. Something that I didn't see coming, but I am so excited about, is they have changed the way you order food at the Cozy Cone Motel in California Adventure. Yeah, in Cars Land.
It's part of that, like the little waiting waiting area over there, right? They like reopened that and then.
I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but I think I'm going to say yes.
Like across from Luigi's.
No, it's actually just directly behind the lobby. So you know how you see the area in front where the characters usually are? Just behind that, they have now built an ordering counter. And that's where you order all of your food. You no longer go to the individual cones, which I always hated. They had to go to individual cones.
Especially when you wanted something for multiple.
Yes. So now you can order at one counter, order all of your food. You do still have to go to each individual cone to get the food, but it's there's still two lines at each cone. One line is the mobile order pickup, and the other line is the standby order pickup. There is no more ordering at the cones.
I love the Cozy Cone. I love some of the food there, and it's super cute. My problem is one of them has like just popcorn, and then one of them has like 73 items, and then another one has just ice cream.
They're more divvied out than that.
It's not that.
They have churros, popcorn, chili cone queso,
and then like the ice cream,
and then ice cream. No, didn't I say? I think no. That's it. Yeah. Those are the four. Yeah, and so it depends on what you order. Yeah, but drinks are hard to figure out where they're all at because they spread them throughout all four cones. But you don't have to worry about that anymore. When you do order, if you're doing it not through mobile order, then just make sure you hang on to your receipt so that you can get that checked off. Hang on to your receipt until you get all your items.
Kind of like when you go to one of the festivals.
Yes, exactly.
Similar idea.
Okay, now for the thing that's going to take a little while. That Disney announced all the details for this year's Season of the Force, which I still don't understand why that's happening again, but whatever. So Season of the Force, sorry, my computer is being really, really slow, but it has all the dates on it. This internet, it doesn't help this website. It uses so much memory. March 28th. It starts March 28th. And sorry, that's making sure I'm doing this correctly. Sorry, the internet. I mean, it's not the internet; it's the website. It's just loading slowly.
It has so many like extra things, like apps I was right. And things. Yeah, March 28th to May 11th will be the Season of the Force.
Okay, so beginning on March 28th, there's actually a brand new show in Galaxy's Edge that is going to be premiering. It's a projection show. If you remember, like months ago, we talked about them filing a permit for projections in Galaxy's Edge. It's called Shadows of Memory, a Skywalker Saga. It says the new show, performing nightly, will take guests on a storytelling adventure across the galaxy. And it will continue past the Season of the Force, much like Fire of the Rising Moons. Mm-hmm.
So it coincides with the fireworks and has its own cool.
I believe so. Although at the same
effects.
time, Fire of the Rising Moons is still around, but it says it will continue on select nights separately from the new show. So I'm wondering if the new projection show is
Maybe it's
completely
not
different.
fireworks. Yeah, maybe it's
I don't
just
think it's
separate.
fireworks. I think it's just projection.
Okay.
With music. And then Fire of the Rising Moons is separate, and that goes with the fireworks as per usual. So that will continue, but also the, what do I call it? Memory.
Solitude of Memory.
Shadows of
Skywalker.
Memory.
Yeah,
I was going to break into cats
I guess
for a
it's-
second.
Memory. I am Darth Vader.
Careful, we were going to have to pay Julie
That's true.
Weber.
I guess it is possible. It didn't say otherwise that it could be there's both of them on a night if it's like a fireworks night,
We just haven't looked at the schedule, but I
Yeah.
bet it might be on there showing that
like
they're
on
both
a
available.
weekend or something.
Yeah. Disney also had teased that Luke Skywalker is going to be making an appearance in Batuu for a limited time. So you'll be able to keep an eye out for him. He'll be around. Also, Hyperspace Mountain will be around during the entire season of the Force. So March 28th through May 11th is when you can expect Hyperspace Mountain. After that, after those dates,
Just regular.
it's regular Space Mountain. Which, again, as I say every year, Hyperspace Mountain is fun.
It's okay.
I greatly, greatly prefer the original. Merchandise. They're really leaning into the merchandise this year. So those build your own headbands,
Jordan loves those.
I hate them so much.
I used to, and then the Hong Kong one.
You
was
only
kind of
like
cute.
them because it has specific characters
Yeah, the ones I like.
that you're obsessed with. So it looks like they will have like Yoda, R2, an Ewok, Vader, a Stormtrooper.
The Yoda looks more like E.T.
It does, yes. And then a whole bunch of new shirts. I'm not going to go through all of them, but there's a lot of them. A lot of new shirts, all various different characters. Looks like there's going to be a Hyperspace Mountain t-shirt available for unlimited time. And also, this kind of goes along with merchandise. Savi's Workshop, where you build their nice lightsabers, it is going to have a brand new Reclaimed and Reforged storyline. So for a limited time, starting on May 4th, guests will build their own lightsabers with scraps that have been scavenged by different pirates throughout the galaxy. So not the normal sets that you get to choose from. It'll be all scavenged materials, quote unquote. Getting into food, there's going to be a lot of food. There's the Pico Punch. Pineapple juice, coconut milk, and lime juice garnished with pineapple chunks and a lotus root.
I was trying to think who's Pico in the Star Wars galaxy. It just means pineapple and coconut.
Yeah. So maybe it's Pico Punch.
Maybe.
So that's at the Galactic Grill. So it's not in Galaxy's Edge, that's Galactic Grill. I'm assuming this is also... a Wookiee Cookie is going to be at the Great Hall Cart at the Grand Californian through May 6th.
Which is not the long way.
The Toydarius swirl is coming back.
Don't do it. It's terrible. You will hate it.
This is the green milk with chili lime seasoning and mango jelly.
Unless you really just hate your taste buds. And
We don't like it.
It's so bad.
Fried chicken bows are also going to be coming to Docking Bay 7. And this is a popcorn bucket. Droid Parts popcorn bucket.
He's all made of of multiple types of...
It looks like he's being held together. It's a little droid
tape.
held together with tape. It's cute. And then Darth Vader mug, which they've had in the past, is going to be available as well. Yeah, it's returning from 2024 and previous years before that, just saying. And I think those are all the offerings for the season of the Force.
That is weird that, what is it, the hilts are only through May 4th?
It says they start May 4th.
Oh, no, it was one of the food things. Whatever.
Some of them said they were available through May 6th.
Strange.
So with a lot of these things, you just have to check because even though the season of the Force lasts one period of time, they don't necessarily keep them through all of that. So it's just kind of keep that in mind. Look into that a little bit more. You can always find it on the app if you're ever curious. While you are currently there, it will tell you what's currently available. So
yes,
those sorts of things. Again, that is March 28th through May 11th. Yay. That's the news. Do we want to do a brief recap so far of the trip or like any highlights, or do we just want to do the one highlight that led to all this?
We'll just do the one highlight that led to all this.
Okay. Do you want to tell it or shall I?
You can.
Okay. So we were in Hollywood Studios, and there they have a permanent meet and greet for Olaf. And so we went in there, and their family in front of us, there was the two parents and a younger kid. How old would you say he was? I'd say like maybe 5, 6 at most.
5 or 6, maybe.
maybe 6. Let's say like 6. And they had their family group pictures together. And then the parents were basically trying to get the kid to just stand next to Olaf so they could get a picture of just him and Olaf. And the kid immediately turned around and he reached up and he put his hands in Olaf's mouth. And the parents, they didn't like guffaw, but they just kind of chuckled a little bit like, oh, hey, okay, let's not do that. And then they tried to get him to stand where they wanted him to stand, and he thought it was kind of funny, so he turned around and he put his hands in Olaf's mouth again. And then the parents were like, we don't need to do that. Let's take our hands out. And they were still, and this kid was just not standing still for them. And he turns around, he puts his hands in Olaf's mouth again. And the parents are like, no, that's not nice. let's not do that. And they were finally able to get him to just stand still long enough they could take a picture with him. And you could tell they were really embarrassed. And I think that's the only reason the character attendant wasn't doing anything is because the parents were really like, no. Don't do that. No. And so that got particularly Dan a-thinking for this week's episode.
So, I mean, there's tons of characters that you can meet, different ways you can meet them, and kind of different rules / ways to go about it. So, obviously, there's the official meet and greet attractions. I mean, they're listed and they have wait times usually.
So these are the ones that we're talking about, like permanent. They are guaranteeing you are going to see this character all the time.
So in California Adventure, it's meet Anna and Elsa in the
Animation.
Yeah, what did I say?
You said imagination.
that other word. The animation.
We were in Epcot a couple of times this week. So
I love Figment.
Anyway.
I sort of saw him.
And then, so at the animation building in Hollywoodland, you can see Anna and Elsa all the time.
Yep, and then in Disneyland, back in Toontown, there's obviously Mickey's house and Minnie's house. So,
and if we want to go with other technical places that are permanent meet and greets, is it called the Royal Hall or the Royal the thing over there with all the princesses next to the castle?
Yep.
Now they don't necessarily guarantee which princesses are going to be there all the time. Like it's not like you can guarantee this princess is there every single day. But there are always princesses, plural.
Yes.
There, always. And so they do guarantee
like
that.
Main part of the day. Nothing like super early or super late. But
yes.
Don't they still, or do they get rid of
It's the same thing with Mickey and Anna and Elsa, by the way.
Do they get rid of Tinkerbell and Pixie Hollow? I swear,
I think they are just not there all the time.
Yeah.
So
sometimes we get lost over that direction.
Honorable mention for Pixie Hollow with Tinkerbell. It is a permanent meet and greet. She and her friends are the only ones that are ever back there. Winnie the Pooh and friends are always back in Bayou Country. So those are the places where it's like you can pretty much guarantee you're going to find these characters in these locations.
Yeah, and
check the app for what hours they will be there.
Yes, that's one of our big things,
which we'll get back to.
Let you know too. But yeah, Pooh Corner. There's often Winnie the Pooh, often Tigger, often Rabbit, like Eeyore. Like there's usually some combination. Almost always there will be Winnie the Pooh, but not always.
Not always.
Oh, and with that one, I guess we'll say it now. If your kid only wants to meet Winnie the Pooh, so you still have to stand in the line. There's one line for the multiple meet and greets that are going on, whether it's 2 or 3. But if they don't want to meet the first one, you can just kind of skirt past people and then save you a little bit of time. So.
Yeah, just let the character attendants know, like, oh, we're mostly just interested in like Tigger, and they'll go, okay, just go over to Tigger. That's fine.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know what that first word is, but I think it's commonly.
Yep, commonly found area. So there's areas where you probably will find characters. They try to have the character attendants bring them to these particular locations.
Or sometimes they just get to wander around, and this is where you typically find them.
So, like, the most common place you will find characters is on Main Street, USA. And especially just as you go inside, there's often one right there by
Square.
I was going to say in front of the train station even. There's definitely ones at Town Square, so there's usually Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Pluto,
Chippendale. Did you say Minnie?
Yeah.
Daisy?
Donald,
sometimes
Daisy. So just kind of keep your eye out. They change throughout the day. And I would say another very common one is Buena Vista Street in California Adventure. Kind of similar idea. So
yeah. The difference is their outfits are going to be different on Buena Vista Street than they will be on Main Street.
Yes.
One that you didn't write down but we need to remember is Fantasyland.
Oh, that's what I meant here. I wrote Frontierland.
But that's actually also the case. So that's why I'm not going to take it off. Fantasyland, There are a couple places where you usually find a set character, like oftentimes Moana or Ariel from the live action Little Mermaid are found near It's a Small World.
Yeah, there's like that little stage area. They sometimes will have like an actual line that you can wade through. But the problem, so Fantasyland has a lot of characters wandering, but they will not stop for very long. You can't go up and say like, oh, can I get 13 pictures with my whole family? You could do selfies. You may be able to get a quick picture with like one person.
They'll do a few quick pictures, but if you're like, oh, okay, now we're going to do our 7th arrangement, nah.
Nope.
They'll do like 1 or 2, that's it. And then they'll move on because they don't want huge crowds forming around them.
So common ones we've seen with that would be Peter Pan, Captain Hook,
Alice and the Mad Hatter, Aladdin and the Genie.
Yep.
Even Mary and Bert.
Yep.
And for several of those, they also sometimes make their way down to Main Street as well. But they're usually free roaming characters in Fantasyland. I would still say Frontierland because you right now can typically meet Mirabelle.
Yes. There's often Mirabelle. I don't think there's been Bruno, has there?
I don't think so. Oh, and her sisters are often there.
Yep.
Both Isabella and Luisa have been in Frontierland.
I think Miguel was there for a little while.
Miguel has been there for a long time, too.
So this is kind of just more toward the Rancho del Zocalo and the front...
Between Rancho del Zocalo and Big Thunder's line.
Yeah.
Also... Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, as we said with Luke Skywalker's coming. Very commonly there will be Rey and Chewie.
Kylo Ren and Stormtroopers.
Oh, always Stormtroopers, yeah. Sabine, right?
Has been there. Boba Fett has been there. I don't think he's there now.
Not as common.
Mando and Grogu are still around a lot.
Yep.
There's a couple of characters that are specific to Galaxy's Edge that you can find sometimes.
Definitely, you will see Stormtroopers if you're around for very long, and they are fun to interact with.
Yes,
they will sort of stop because they're around so much. But
the thing to remember with Galaxy's Edge characters, none of them have set meet and greets. They all wander. The most that they'll do is sometimes they will stop for a little while, and then they will not allow a line to form. They will just come to you and you
form like a semicircle around them, and they
will come to you and either have you come down to take pictures with them or they'll just interact with you. The character attendant will let you know what they're going to do with you at that point, but they try very hard not to let lines form. They are free roaming characters.
And then the etiquette with that obviously is don't force your way in. If they choose you, then get some pictures and then leave so someone else can come in. So we did that with Mando and Grogu, and he was very attentive to who was still waiting for him. So
obviously, Avengers Campus is a great place to meet characters. They do have a couple of spots where there's always characters to meet, like in front, right next to the Avengers Supply Store, or whatever it's called, by the big Avengers A.
Yeah.
There's usually some sort of character there.
Almost always Spider-Man at some point in the day.
Spider-Man is usually over near the front entrance of Avengers Campus at some point. But there's a lot of characters that just kind of free roam through there, and similar thing, they don't really stop for a lot of pictures. They'll stop for a little bit for some interactions, and then they keep going through. It varies a ton. You will often find various forms of Captain America.
Yep.
You'll often find Iron Man, Thor, Loki, Doctor Strange. And the other ones, it just depends who they have. They've had all sorts. They try to stay current. It just varies from time to time. Ant-Man and the Wasp are out fairly frequently.
Yep.
Black Panther, various versions of Black Panther are out on a regular basis. So that one's more like just try your luck, see who you're going to see.
Yeah. Pixar Pier is huge for characters, so there's almost always some sort of Toy Story character, whether it's Bo Peep, Woody, Jessie, Buzz, and sometimes combinations of them.
Yes, and they're usually there in front of Toy Story Midway Mania. And then,
I've seen like Frozone over a little further down by
sometimes Incredibles characters are by the Incredicoaster.
Yep.
Edna, Frozone, one of the Mr. and Mrs. Incredible, and then they often will have like Inside Out Emotions or just other random Pixar characters over what's called the Pixar Promenade. They're between the Games of Pixar Pier and Bing Bong Sweet Stuff.
Just keep your eyes open. That's a lot of these. That's a lot of these places. That's what we'd say is just see who's around. You can always check the app. A lot of these aren't going to be on there. They just kind of roam. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then we've already had an episode about character dining, but just
So we don't need to spend a lot of time on it.
Yeah, but just to be aware, there's Storybook Cafe,
Storytellers Cafe. There is a breakfast at the Napa Rose. You can also do Goofy's Kitchen and the breakfast at the Plaza Inn,
which always has the most random assortment.
Yes,
and it's quite fun. There's the Visa card members, so there's 2 locations. One just inside what used to be
it's still labeled as Star Wars
Launch Bay. That doesn't really have anything, but most of the time Darth Vader there. He's so scary.
And then you usually can find either Pluto or Stitch there in the back, tucked in the back corner of Hollywoodland near the exit of PhilharMagic.
Yep.
Again, these are for Disney Visa card holders. So if you have a Disney Visa card, that's all you need, and you can go and see them.
And you can bring people with you. So.
And you can bring people with you, yes.
But yeah, someone has to have a Disney Chase Visa. And obviously, so we said check the app. It'll have like the range of times, but they're not guaranteeing anything. One of the best things you can do is to ask the character attendants if you see them out. They also will not give you specific times because they don't want to be in trouble if it doesn't happen.
But they will tell you if they're planning on coming back.
Yeah, they'll tell you yes or no if they're coming back. And yeah, I would say a big pointer is not to fret because they often do come back. Often they have multiple. They're twins.
Yeah,
other cast members.
They're not gone for long. If they say they're just going out for like a quick, like Tigger, I think they would say he's just going out for a quick bounce. What that means is he's going to be gone
Smoke
for
break.
like 5. No, they're switching. Dan, come on, this is a family podcast.
Okay.
He's just they're switching really fast, so he'll be back in like 5 minutes.
And they really try to have it be a very brief time. So,
I don't know what you wanted to talk about with this one. Have we already covered that?
Yeah, we covered that.
Okay. Couple things that I want to mention with like other areas for characters. There are some areas we didn't bring up, and it's because although you normally can find characters there, who is there changes wildly. Oh, we forgot Baymax and Hero.
Oh, duh. That's
at San Francisco Square. That's a permanent one.
How could we forget them?
You can meet either Hero or Baymax or both.
Yep.
In San Francisco Square. Sorry,
I don't think it's listed as an attraction, is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh.
I think so. It's a permanent meet and greet. So don't know how we forgot that one.
And all the cars characters.
And we even mentioned it during the Cozy Cone. It's usually Lightning McQueen or Mater. It sometimes can be like Cruise. Mm-hmm. And I think they occasionally have done like Red, the fire engine.
Yep.
But there's some other areas
like
where
you were saying the Redwood Creek.
At Redwood Creek, they usually have some sort of character available, but it changes throughout the year who that will be, and it changes wildly.
Oh yeah.
They're between like near Ariel's, like near the Little Mermaid and near Grizzly Peak. Right now, for instance,
like
that's where May and her mother are.
Yep.
But also other times of the year, that's where Nick and Judy are. Yep. And sometimes they even change it out to a different character. And so there's usually some sort of character meet and greet there, but it changes.
It's very variable.
A lot who there could be there. Other places, there are characters that don't really stop and talk very long, but they try to. You usually can find Tiana in New Orleans Square. She's not in Bayou Country. She's almost always in New Orleans Square.
Sometimes at her restaurant.
Sometimes at her restaurant. Also near and always around Pirates, you can find Jack or Red. Oftentimes, and they'll sometimes wander out away from there a little bit, and you can actually spend some time.
Yeah, often they're just
them.
Like up on the. Up the stairs, so you can't really interact. But
and then there's other seasonal ones like Jack and Sally and other villains that are seasonal. And this is where you just want to check the app. It will tell you, like, there's a whole tab about characters, and so you can check and see who to expect to find there. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about pictures. I think we had a whole thing talking about PhotoPass, and so of course that for not all of these, but for a lot of them, they will have a PhotoPass photographer.
What's weird is the ones like Mickey and Minnie and stuff on Main Street often don't.
No, they don't. If there's just a character attendant, it is responsible for you to take your own picture.
Yep.
If you want to be in the picture yourself, the character attendant is happy to help.
Yep.
But you do need to have your phone or your camera out so that they can take it. If you don't see someone in those bright, like green/teal shirts, I don't know how to describe the color of those shirts. They're multicolored. If you don't see someone like that around the character, that means that there's not a photography available, so you're going to have your own. Even if there is, you are not required to use the PhotoPass pictures.
They will take pictures, and they will give you a card.
But you are not required to take it. And you can say, can you take some with my phone? And they will say yes.
Yes. They're very nice about that. So their pictures are higher quality and often have like the magic shots and stuff like that, but you're not obligated to do it.
One other thing I'll say about not fretting is that sometimes people get really, really upset when they go up to a character, like they saw Mickey on Main Street and they really want to go up and say hi to him. They try to go to the back of the line and the character attendant says, I'm sorry, the line is closed. Yes. And they'll be like, well, can't you just fit me in?
No.
The character attendant's job is to look at the line and figure out about how long. I think it's usually 20 minutes out. They have a certain amount of time that they let the character be out. They need a little bit of a break. And once they reach what they think is going to be that amount of time, they cut off the line and say, I'm sorry, we are not letting anyone else join.
But they will at least try to tell you what they can, whether they're going to come back to the exact same spot, how long-ish, if they're coming at all. They won't say come back at 3:02 p.m.
No, but they might say he's going to be coming out a couple more times today, so you can come out and check. But that's the best that they can really give you because they don't want to they'll get in trouble if they give you a specific time and that doesn't happen.
Sometimes they'll say like they're going out for a 10-minute thing, but
again, that's if they are expecting them to come immediately back.
Right.
But if it's going to be a little while, they'll just be like, they're going to come back. And that's all that they can do. It's unfortunate. That's part of also kind of the magic of finding characters is sometimes you just don't know who you're going to find.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a fun discovery. But like as we tried to say, there's some who are always out, and there's the permanent locations for meet and greet. So those are definitely ones to hit up if those are important to you.
A couple quick things about etiquette. First of all, don't put your hands in their mouth.
Nope. Don't pull their tails. Don't let your kids
Don't try to take their costumes off.
Oh my gosh.
Fun thing, if they have a mask on, with the exception of Marvel characters, they cannot talk. They can make kissy noises.
They're really good at emoting,
but they cannot
with their hands. So they'll try to do a love type, like a heart in the air, or you can usually kind of tell what they're thinking.
Do not ask face characters. These are the ones that can talk. Do not ask them to sing. They are actually not permitted to sing. Because they are not cast that way. So do not ask them to sing, but you can ask them any question that you want. Do not try to bait them into giving away how they are not the real character. They will stay in character. That is their job.
You can get autographs from any one of these.
Yes, all of them are well. You can ask them, can you sign me my autograph? Can you give me your autograph? They'll say yes. They will sign whatever you want them to. Well, within reason, whatever you want them to sign. Also. Oh, what was I going to say? There was something really big that I wanted to.
They don't have markers, though.
No, so you have to bring whatever you want them to sign with. There is a lot of people like to try and see if this is a real thing, to see if you don't let go of the hug, will they let go first? There is a rumor that they are told that they are not allowed to let go first. The child has to let go first. Don't test this as an adult. That's creepy, but. Your child is kind of welcome to hug them as well, as long as they like.
And don't go up to the Toy Story characters and say, Andy's coming.
They'll just say, Andy's at college.
They used to, it sounded kind of cute for a time, especially at Hollywood Studios, but then everyone got wind of it. It got really annoying.
And if you say, well, Bonnie's coming, they'll say Bonnie's at preschool.
Because, when you used to say that, they would drop to the ground, but yeah.
Yeah, so anymore, and see, this is where they're not going to break character. They say, no, Bonnie's at preschool. Nope. She's not coming. So those sorts of things. Don't try to bait them. Just kind of be nice, be polite. They like to have fun with you. They
interact with adults. So much fun too. Even with us, without kids, it's a lot of fun. So keep your eye open.
But just be polite.
Be polite. Don't expect too much of trying to find all of these characters. Have kind of low expectations of which ones you'll find, but there are ones around. So,
and you might find some really rare ones that most people don't see. In which case, congratulations! I mean, let's just start with that because that doesn't always happen. But they can be a lot of fun. Know that you're probably going to add a lot of wait time, depending on the character. There might be a lot of wait time. I've waited
often 30 minutes.
I waited a half hour, 45 minutes once for Scarlet Witch. It was totally worth it, and I don't regret any of it.
Yeah, even Mickey and Minnie on Main Street, you could be 20 minutes, but yeah.
It's all worth it.
if you want to do it.
And another shortcut if you want to meet the princesses faster, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique.
Yep.
You have to pay for it, but you do get to skip the line and meet all the princesses that are there. So just something to consider. Hopefully that helped you guys out when you're considering if you're one of those people that characters are super important for you. Hopefully this helped you out. Make sure that you are planning your trip with our friend at Getaway today. You can use our link in the description. They can save you a lot of money. I believe that the deal for adults at kids prices is still going on for a couple of extra days.
I think so.
So go quickly.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook for updates.
We're doing a little bit better.
A little.
I think the last couple of days we were just exhausted, and so we just kind of got sidetracked. And so that's why I haven't been posting, but we have gotten better. And make sure that you subscribe to the podcast so you get new episodes as they drop.
Yeah. I think that's all.
I think that's it.
Go meet some fun characters.
And then next week we'll be back at home with our normal microphone. So, all right. Well, we will see you guys all soon. Hopefully you don't die in the Florida heat, but see ya.
Bye.